Honestly, I have nothing against Chris Crack. Chris Crack is just like really weird and like tries to cyberbully people. Like I met him like 2 times before and like everything was fine. He was just like, hey, I'm Chris. I was like, hey, I'm Freddie. And nothing. And then like, one time, where were we? We were at like my manager's old, actually Cadillac's house, Cadillac Duke's old house. And there was a barbecue or something. And he mentioned like, oh, like let's get on the song. And like, I wasn't trying to be rude, but I just wasn't interested. And I was just like, oh yeah, yeah. And I gave him like, oh yeah, yeah. But it wasn't like bad. It was like so nice. You know, if someone gave me a, oh yeah, yeah, I'm like, all right, well, whatever, bro. You know, it was like, you could have easily whatever bro'd it. And he did it. And for like 2 years, he just kept saying shit to me on the internet, just like, oh yeah, hurt everybody, more like suck everybody, just saying weird things, like weird shit, like trying to bully me. I ignored it because like I'm just not gonna look like an asshole and like fucking be wolfing on the internet with like some person I don't really know. And I was on a date with my ex at Flash Taco, and he was across the street with like his cousin, who was a kid I beat up in like fucking like freshman year. I beat his ass and took his bike. He was older than me, and him and his friends told my parents, and my parents beat my ass in front of my friends. I cried, it was terrible. It was so embarrassing, but I took his shit. So he's with a nigga who already took his manhood, and they come across the street. He's literally looking at me, he's doing this, just doing this. Like, what are you gonna do, man? What are you doing? And I'm like, what? And my girlfriend's like, I think that guy's like trying to fight you. So I told her, you know, just go around the corner, like when it happens, relax. And this nigga comes across the street. Meanwhile, while he comes across the street, my niggas are turning the corner. So all of a sudden he's like, oh. So I walk up to him, hey man, like, just leave me alone. Why are you bothering me? Why you keep fucking with me? What's wrong? And he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I'll leave you alone. And then my old manager was Sam, who's a fucking idiot, takes out his phone and starts filming it, just to like be a fucking girl. I'm sorry, I didn't mean that. Just to be controversial. Drama oriented, I don't know, but he's being an asshole, pulls out his phone, and then Chris tries to be tough. And he's just like, oh yeah, whatever, being an asshole. So I tried to give him like every opportunity just to leave me the fuck alone, and he wouldn't leave me the fuck alone. That's what I meant earlier, where it's like, we can be logical. I told him, if you leave me alone, we'll walk away. You've already slandered my name for 2 years. Like there's 50 fucking posts about it. I'll ignore all 50 posts and just walk our separate ways, but he kept talking shit, so I had to knock his ass out. And I didn't put the whole video up because I really mangled that boy. Like I really fucked him up real bad, but I didn't want to do all that to him. I didn't even want everybody to see all that shit, you know? It was just like the principle, like just leave me the fuck alone. And the same with the motherfucker who tried to shoot me, like right before that. Mangled his ass up, put a little bit of the video out, leave me the fuck alone. Just leave me the fuck alone. I was with a couple homies, I don't want to say their names because they'll be mad, a bunch of rappers. And another producer walked in, and he was off the shits. It was a long night for him, obviously. Walks in and takes my last cigarette. I've been in the studio for like 48 hours. I smoke cigarettes. I need my fucking cigarettes. The motherfucker takes my last cigarette, starts sparking it. I turn around, hey man, put my cigarette down. What are you doing? Just like, you touching my shit, put my cigarette down. He, oh, fuck you, bro. Starts flagging my cigarette. So I stand up, I will fuck you up. Put my cigarette down and get the fuck out. And he, oh, you tough? What you doing? Blah, blah, blah. And he walks to the entrance/exit, the only way in or out of the studio, and pulls out the gun. Oh, you tough nigga, sit down. So I'm standing up. I'm thinking to myself, how quickly can I get to him? Because I want to fuck this boy up. So I start taking big steps towards him because like I don't want to like just start running. He just shoot my ass and I'm just fucking shot. You know, I'm taking like big ass slow steps. I'm like, hey man, relax. Like, you know, just like stop, relax, get out, just back out the studio. And he gets a cock in that motherfucker. And as soon as he cocked it, that's when I jumped and just like put my finger like behind his finger so he couldn't like do shit. You couldn't pull it or anything. And just like really ate him up with like some elbows and shit. And then it spilled into the hallway. Shit progressed and it ended, I'm alive. I don't want to trash him. You know, he's not a bad kid. He was just fucked up, made a real bad decision. The only thing I thought, as soon as he pulled that gun, I was thinking about Tegan. Tegan's my nephew. I don't have a kid. I'm 26. I'm at the age where like you want kids and like you want to do shit like that, but like it's not the right time. I know like I need to like, there's so much more I need to accomplish. But like, honestly, that Tegan will be better off if I can help him. If I can like give him my own experiences and tell him like, yeah, I'm in the same family. Like I understand this person, and I felt this way too, and blah, blah, blah. I think males, especially young men, need other men who can relate and help them reach a higher level mentally, intellectually, you know what I mean? And I want to be there for Tegan. Like, Tegan's very important to me. My music wasn't even successful until Tegan was born, because that's when I quit my job and all that shit. That's when I started thinking of life differently. I started thinking like, you know, Tegan's not gonna see me working as a fucking busboy. Tegan's not gonna see me working at no fucking Popeyes and no shit. Like, I gotta have something to offer him. I have to have something to offer him. And I can't especially offer him shit if I'm fucking dead. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of my tapes are Dead Again or Dead Occasion or Dead because I literally move as if I could die tomorrow, because I could die tomorrow. Like, just in the industry that I'm in, I don't even do shit to people. I don't talk to people. I mind my own business. I don't go outside. I moved my studio to my home because shit was so hot everywhere all the time with people I don't even talk to, haters, random ass haters. And I can't allow a hater to take me away from Tegan.
I'm not a very selfish artist. I don't completely make music just to satisfy my fans, but I don't solely make music for myself either. I found a happy medium of understanding what people want to listen to and what I want them to hear.
Like, if DJ Paul can come in here with all his fucking hits, Grammys, come in here alone and feel comfortable, like, don't bring your posse through, man. Like, if we want to deal with you, bring yourself, you know what I'm saying? It just made me realize, like.
Another part of the fucking moment is we got kicked off the tour 2 shows in, just because obviously what we were doing wasn't to a certain standard. So for me, that was quite like, I kind of took it personally, but I guess in terms of the bigger picture, it was a good experience. And even talking about it to people, you can kind of see that it's something I'm happy I did. So
I took over. I was just like, well, ain't nobody gonna talk about waves and the inspiration and why better than me. So I started talking. I'm like, yo, I started creating waves. Somebody on the other end of this table starts talking. So I started speaking louder. So I started creating waves. Somebody else starts talking. So I look at my manager, I'm just like, I look at John, I'm like,